Boom. We're recording first podcast of the new year. I did put out a little compilation episode like last week, but this is the first like actual podcast that I'm recording at all this new year. Same podcast, it'll be new guest. I'm going to be looking to have on a bunch of new people, a bunch of exciting people. I know the Libertarian presidential primary starting to heat up a bit. Some different people hopping in there, so I'll be looking to talk to those guys at some point in the future. And just, with the podcast growing the way it is, a lot of potential to bring on some really fun guests. So, just a lot of stuff to look forward to this year. The podcast is not even a year old yet. It'll reach that in May, but I've been pretty excited about the growth that it's experienced, and I think this year will be a pretty good one. There's a whole bunch of news that we could talk about, but we're not going to because the NFL playoffs are starting here soon, and I'd much rather talk about those. Save the news for another podcast. There were a bunch of exciting Week 18 games. I was really hoping that the Packers or Titans would win one of those freaking Week 18 games, but they did not, sadly. Look, the Titans losing is not the craziest thing in the world. They're down a quarterback, all that kind of stuff. They got rid of, we haven't talked about this, but they got rid of, what's his name, Todd Downing, their offensive coordinator. So,
how long has he been there? I didn't even keep up how long he's been there. Are they getting rid of
don't
their
know.
Coach too, or no?
No, I think he'll stay, which I think is a good move. I like Vrabel. I think he's a good coach, but I know a lot of other Titans fans are very excited to see that Downing got canned. He just, I don't know. He wasn't real creative with his play calling. I was
gonna say, there's just Derrick Henry just straight up the middle every fucking time.
Straight up the fucking middle.
It works
every time.
So he is like a monster, but he should open up more of your offense, but he just didn't do that.
No, he didn't. And you're right. Running it up the middle with Derrick Henry it does work because it is Derrick Henry, but you just expect a little more out of your offensive coordinator. So I was not disappointed to see that he got canned. I'm pretty sure they'll keep Vrabel. I don't really know why they would get rid of him. He's a dope coach, but they bring a new offensive coordinator in there. Look forward to next season. It is what it is.
They need to do something different, I think.
Yeah, they do. They need to move away. Is
Tannehill the guy?
That's a whole. See, I don't think so, man. I think, could he fuck around and he's made like a conference championship game before, so it's not like it's impossible for him to get to that level, but it's pretty unlikely. I cannot see.
He's not going to be the guy.
A Super Bowl with Tannehill.
He's just not the guy that's going to get you. He won't be the reason you get there. If you get there, it'll be because somebody else. So you could bring in somebody else who could, provide a little bit of something extra.
Yeah. Honestly,
he doesn't really offer anything. He's just, yeah.
I think we're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think if they did make another run like they did a while back where they got to the championship game, it feels like, it kind of feels like their success is in spite of Tannehill, not because of it. And he did lose them that conference championship game with that pick at the end. I forget what year it was. It wasn't that long ago, but I think if the Titans are going to transform themselves into like a legit Super Bowl contending team, they need a new quarterback. Now, is that going to happen next season? I really don't think so, but I don't know. They'll move on from him eventually. Just hope it's not before Derrick Henry kind of starts to fade. Although people were saying that about him this year, and boy, he really turned it on here at the end. He stiff-armed somebody on Saturday. I can't remember who it was, but it's Derrick Henry shit. Same thing he does every game. Somebody's got to be a victim every game. He's just going to launch somebody, into the sideline. All right, there we go. Yeah, had a little bit of technical difficulty there, a little issue with the audio, but we're back now, and it's not a bad segue to talk about the Packers because they also failed to make the playoffs. Same weekend, very brutal weekend to be watching football for me. Had two absolutely devastating games, and I thought with the Titans losing, well, at least the Packers have a pretty good shot to get in, right? Lions, terrible defense. They're playing in Lambeau. The Packers had run the table up to that game. It was hard to imagine that they wouldn't make the playoffs. But boy, did they fucking not. Just completely blew it. I mean, good God.
They just trashed it. Just fucked it all up.
Yeah, I saw somebody put out a quote from him.
A-Rod just up in the air now? Like, what the fuck is he going to do?
So he said something like,
what would you do,
for everybody, the carousel, it stops and it's time to get off. And he was like, well, you kind of got to start thinking that way. And, I mean, I'm sure he thought about it a little this past off season too, when everyone was talking about his future. Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? And now we're right back in that same boat. And I mean, I think if Green Bay had won that game and they were in the playoffs right now, regardless of how the game against San Francisco would have went, I don't think a lot of people would have favored Green Bay to win that one. But if they were in the playoffs, I don't know that there would be as big of a question about A-Rod's future. Like if they were at least in the playoffs, I would feel pretty good about saying that he's coming back. But they didn't make the playoffs. They got close, but they didn't make it. And a team that has Aaron Rodgers on it should not be missing the playoffs. It just shouldn't,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about the wide receiving core and how they were dropping passes and they're not as deep as a lot of the other receiving cores around the league and all this different kind of stuff. But even still, there's just not really a reason for that team not to make the playoffs. I mean, the pieces are there. I don't know. It's just a disappointing end to a disappointing season for the Packers. And now, it's uncertain whether A-Rod will suit up in that green and yellow again. I hope he does. I really do. I'm not like Lil Wayne saying that he's washed and he should move on. I think that's absurd. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like to put the blame on A-Rod for the Packers losing games is fucking absurd.
Fuck Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's washed and should move on.
It's absolutely not his fault. You could throw blame at damn near everyone else before him.
It's just a down year for them.
That's true too. I think
not every year's a fucking up year. It just happens to be one of his last ones.
Are just so used to having really good seasons and making the playoffs. I mean, it pretty much happens every year. But yeah.
Has for long, pretty much since I can remember, so as long as I can go back in football, Packers have been fucking
to always
good.
Have these tremendous seasons.
Like Brett Favre, they just went right from a fucking legendary quarterback to another.
You're going to have years where you're a little off and maybe your record isn't the best. And I mean, they did get close to making the playoffs. It's not like they were the Cardinals and just completely fucking beefed it. Like they were almost in. They were right there. But I just, it wasn't meant to be. And honestly, I've heard everyone else say this too, but they would have had to play the 49ers if they had won. The 49ers are who, kicked us out of the playoffs last year. And I think they probably would have done it this year too. I think it would have been a close game.
Maybe.
It would have been close.
Probably. But that doesn't mean that there wouldn't have been a fucking puncher's chance.
The Lions game was close. It was 4 points, and they lost that one too. And
playoffs are a
if you
different beast.
struggle to put up points against the Lions defense, the 49ers defense is not going to do you any favors. A way different beast. But I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what A-Rod decides to do. Like I said, I hope he comes back. I know there are some people that are excited about Jordan Love. They want him to take over. That's good and fine. They can keep wishing that. I want A-Rod to stay until he decides he's done playing football. I want him to start for the Packers.
They keep wishing it.
Yeah.
And then he could come coach him, He's the fucking one of the best to ever do it. So now that the Packers are out of it, Titans are out of it, who has those are your fucking teams, so there's no bias now. Who has the clearest shot at a fucking Super Bowl?
I think.
And who do you think is who do you think has a path that they could make it, they could surprise everybody?
I really don't know. Well, honestly, the Buccaneers are always dangerous. I know they're like the 4th seed. They didn't blow their competition away this season. They don't have the best record. Brady's starting to slip a little. It's still Tom Brady. Yeah, they're 2 of the best to ever do it. And I mean, no matter how
still Tom Brady looked, though. Just like if A-Rod
Tom Brady in the
playoffs
is a different beast.
They're the
also,
goats.
They're playing the Cowboys in the first round of the wild card. And the Cowboys are beatable. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that the Buccaneers are going to give the Cowboys a lot of problems. I mean, maybe they will. Shit, I don't know. They've had games where they looked really good, and then they've had games like they had this past weekend where they scored 6 points?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they might. Yeah, I feel like it's just just playoff football. It's just different. It's still just a Tom Brady team.
Yeah,
it's just I think he's kind of been. I feel like he's hit the brakes this season a lot.
I think they've been in.
There was times. I mean, they weren't trying to be the best.
I think they've known they were going to be in the past couple weeks. Maybe.
When did they secure that spot? Was it this past weekend, or did they?
Right now, but. I don't really know when they secured it, but no,
it's been a minute though. It wasn't just this past weekend because they seem to have just not really trying to.
The Eagles were just having
go above and beyond. They're not going to get a bye week, so
in the AFC, so you kind of just feel like they're automatically going to get it on that side. And yeah, I mean, the Eagles' record was just awesome this year, so nobody was going to take that away from them. Everyone else was just going to have to fight in the wild card. That was just how it was going to be. So I think we're probably in agreement, though. Like if we're doing predictions and whatnot, we're probably both in agreement that the Buccaneers are going to beat the Cowboys. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go ahead and start it there since we've already thrown the Cowboys under the bus. Although I do live in Texas, people are going to be disappointed.
I put money on that one.
That's just what's going to happen.
Fucking goddamn! Who else?
Yeah.
What other?
All right, yeah, we can start off.
What other fucking matchups we're looking at?
Like we said,
what else we got?
The Eagles.
I don't have it pulled up in front of me. My internet is fishy, so I'm just going to keep it where I got it.
I think,
just read me what you got.
Cowboys, I think, is a no-brainer. Let's see. Next matchup on that list, we've got the Giants playing the Vikings. And, good for the Giants. They somehow made it into the playoffs. Hats off to them. It's got to feel pretty good. I'm sure it feels tremendous. I think the Vikings win by multiple touchdowns. I will say, out of all the teams that are like, like the Vikings are number 3 seed.
I don't know.
I forget what the record is exactly, but they've got a pretty good record.
They're the type of team that will fuck it all up.
Their record is comparable to like the Chiefs and the Bills and the Bengals and like the Eagles, teams like that. But I don't think they're on that level. I mean, other people have talked about it at length, but like their point differential is way different than all those other teams. I don't know what it is right now, but yeah, they were in the negative. All those other teams with like 10 or more.
Yeah, they were like,
it was plus 30 something.
Like a week or so ago, it was like minus.
And then the Vikings were sitting at like negative 1 or 2 or whatever it was. So the Vikings, I think they're not as good as their record, makes it look. But I still do think they're a better team than the Giants. I don't really see. Maybe saying the Vikings will win by multiple scores is a stretch, but I do think that they'll handily beat the Giants. I just don't really see. I don't really see the Giants putting up that much of a fight.
No, I don't see. I mean, I don't know. It's. Yeah, I don't know. I would say if I was betting, when I put this parlay together, I'm for sure going to be fucking not pulling for the Giants. But, it is, again, it's playoffs. You never know.
I bet.
But I feel like, no, I mean, I'd like to see the odds on that one. I'm sure it's going to be
the NFC or AFC side. I would bet that the Giants are probably.
I'd say probably lose by multiple scores would be fair.
Just if I had to guess,
I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Vegas is already running numbers. They've got odds up, I'm sure. But just if I had to guess, I'd probably say the Giants. Because all the other matchups to me kind of make sense. I mean, I just like Buccaneers Cowboys. Like, yeah, neither of us thinks the Cowboys are going to win that one, but it's not a terrible matchup. It's not crazy. I mean, they're similar seed, 4 and 5. The Cowboys have looked good in some of their games this year. It's not crazy. The Giants have looked good in some of their games this year too. It's not like they're a bad team. I mean, they're in the playoffs. They're not even the lowest seed.
Dude, they're definitely. You might just be shitting on the Giants. They're actually definitely like
really
the second most likely to beat.
That is crazy.
Their fucking opponent, according to Vegas on FanDuel, as of what time is it? Monday, about 6, almost 7 o'clock. Yeah,
that is right.
The worst odds are
because it's not
Seahawks. Or no, Dolphins are plus 450 against the Bills.
Will be coming back,
and Seahawks are plus 400 against the 49ers.
Yeah, no, if neither of those two are playing, then I definitely see those teams being massive underdogs. I don't know, man. I think the Niners are going to get that one.
Let's see what kind of parlay I can put together. I'm going to go. What you got? Seahawks or Niners?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You got. Are they minus 10 or no?
I'd go.
You think they'll get about over 10? Okay. Do you think Jacksonville or LA Chargers?
I think it'll be close.
You think they're going to win by more than a point and a half, or should I just go the money line?
Last night, I think Chargers.
I'll go money line too. Well,
even.
Yeah, I'll go money line. It's plus 100 versus. Oh yeah, the money line is minus 118 plus 100.
I think they've looked better recently
in favor of LA winning.
I mean, no Tua.
So I'll go Jacksonville just outright wins it.
Bet on the Dolphins, but without them, there's no chance. Let me see. You
got Dolphins or Bills?
It's Vikings. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No chance. Giants, Vikings.
Bengals, yeah.
Here you go.
No
you say
Lamar
Vikings
Jackson,
all day?
No chance. They also
that was close. Okay, Ravens.
No. They might come back. I think both of them there is a possibility that they come back for the wild card round, but it's not.
So he's 100% gone.
Yeah, Buccaneers easy.
Dang, so maybe I should go with the...
Everyone in Texas will be devastated.
I'll make another bet. That's okay. No, why not? Cowboys, Bucks. You see. Okay. So
I will be rooting against the Bucks, though. I do not want them to win. You know this. I hate Tom Brady. I'm not a fan. Never been a fan. I don't want him to win.
Not bad.
I want to just nip that in the bud right now. Like, just eliminate him in the wild card round. I am a hater. I hate that motherfucker. I have watched him win Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl, and I can't stand it anymore.
You sound like a goddamn hater to me.
I can't watch him win another one. I just can't do it. I can't do it. If he doubles up on Joe Montana and gets 8 rings, I'm not going to do anything. I'm still going to watch every single fucking game I can the next season. But I won't be happy about it. $8. Yeah, give him 8. Dude, 8 freaking Super Bowls.
He's literally the fucking... If he wins another one, I mean, wait, how many? That would give him 8?
Nobody needs 8.
Many. That's so fucking many Super Bowls.
Nobody. No.
Think about that.
Dude,
that's
7
insane.
Already.
That's
7 is not going to be easy for anyone to even come close to getting.
No,
Montana
no one would ever catch that.
You know? And that's a lot. Most people don't have 1. Great quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees just retired not that long ago. Not a single one. You know, it's just like so many great players try so hard just to win 1 or 2.
Dan Marino, not a win.
And a lot of them
he's the obvious one, though.
And here Brady's walking around with fucking 7 rings on his fingers. Dude, I'm sick of it. I don't want to see no more. I think after his 4th ring,
was he just playing against? Was the competition weak? What was it?
Like really good talent started joining the Patriots because they knew they could win rings. You know.
That was what? That was Gronk in them like that time. And Randy Moss. No, Randy Moss kicked that off, and then it was like, well, no, they built on that. I mean, they were getting talent, but I mean, there was definitely times where like none of their receivers had been drafted. They were all like, that was like one of his last Super Bowls with the Patriots. Like they didn't have any superstars besides like Gronk. I mean, who was it? Like Julian Edelman. Like fucking Julian Edelman's great, but like
superstar might be a stretch, but he's
fucking not the best ever.
Being the best quarterback of all time, having the best tight end of all time on your team, and then being coached by the greatest coach of all time, it helps. It helps a lot. Damn.
Shit, my laptop is at 2%.
Let's run through those predictions real quick. We did kind of give them.
But it's been about. It's going down about 1% every.
You can disagree
5
with
minutes
any
or
of
so.
these if you do disagree.
So yeah, let's
Vikings over Giants, 49ers over Seahawks, Jaguars over Chargers, Bengals over Ravens, Bills over Dolphins. I think those are all solid predictions. I kind of would too.
I just want the Seahawks to win, though. I'd love to see Geno do it. I I've been calling for. I told you, beginning of the fucking season, we have this shit recorded on this fucking podcast. I'll start.
Dude, honestly, if they beat the 49ers, because I don't have a horse in this race anymore. I told you
that he was going to be a superstar.
If they beat the 49ers, I might just have to root for him.
Just,
dude, I shat on him so much when he played for the Jets. So much. So everybody did, It was just the thing to do because the Jets were trash. But now that he's turned it around with the Seahawks, they squeaked into the playoffs. Look, if they can get past that shit. Honestly, if they can get past the 49ers, I don't see why they couldn't beat anyone else. 49ers have a strong defense, man. If you can put up enough points to beat them, I don't see why you couldn't go all the way. Geno Smith, Super Bowl MVP. You heard it here first. Wrap it up before your laptop dies. And Georgia and TCU are playing right now, so we got to go watch some of that. Peace out.
Goddamn. All right, let's wrap this shit up. My shit's about to die. Oh, yeah. All right. Peace out.